Good day. Welcome to this lecture series in Godot.
Hello, good day. Welcome back. And we'll continue to work on Godot. First, I will start looking at this blue rectangle here. So if you look at this this rectangle here, let's see, I selected level 2. This blue rectangle, this area here is the area, it shows like the area that will show on your screen when you're actually playing the game. So let me just leave this scene. We have a tree. Scene level 1. Let's click off this, close this. So if I close my level. We are in this scene, scene 2. I'm for selecting this rectangle. No problem. We have the sprite here, right? I just select the sprite. And you can see this sprite is visible. So let's press this, and we can see the sprite is visible here. So if we take the sprite and drop the sprite in here, top corner, top right corner, and we press play, we see the sprite is now on top corner here. So we're really seeing that this box shows the amount or the area, the amount that will be visible in the entire. It shows the area that you'll be able to see on your screen when you're actually playing the game. So it's called a viewport, right? But you can think of it like, let's say, the screen that the game is being projected to. Now, by default, Godot determines the size of this rectangle, it determines the size of this viewport. But you can determine the size if you go to project settings, and then you go to display, then go to window, and you can see the viewport width and the viewport height. You could actually change this, increase it or decrease it. So one thing you can note about Godot is that you can hover over things, and it usually gives you useful information about the things that you're looking at. So when you hover over viewport width, you can see settings, display window size, and it sets the game's main viewport width on desktop platforms. It is a little window width represented by the indigo color rectangle in the toolkit, stretch mode settings, and so forth. And I mean, you can go and read some more details if you want. So let's change the size. So let's make this a square. So a square have all sides equal. So we put this at 648 also. And we can close this. We can now press, I need to type this, press play. And you can now see the sprite quite at the corner here rather than the center. You can close. If we put the sprite here, we press play. We're seeing only part of the sprite. Now, if we go back and change the window size, so go back to project settings, go to viewport width, adjust this, go back to the default area here, click close, and just press play, and you can see the sprite right here. So I just put this back in the center. Well, this around here. So this is my level. Okay, so because the sprite is a child of the my level, anytime you move the my level, you also move the sprite. And this is just something to observe or something to note. So right now we are on this scene here in Godot, and we are using the select mode. So we have this is selected here, this icon. We can see the key for the select mode is Q. You can also use, like, let's say the move mode. You can see the key will be W. We also have, like, let's say a rotation mode. Just like Unreal, the rotation is E, the move is W, and select is Q. The scene mode is B, the scale mode is R. So those are the keys that you can use. So let's select the move mode. So select the sprite. Select the sprite, press W. So we are in the move mode. And once we're in the move mode, we don't really need to click here, but just click anywhere. Move. I click anywhere and move this. Down, up, left, right, left, anywhere. So let's use rotate mode. Press E key on keyboard. So rotate this. Press R. R to scale. And can, oh my gosh, we just reset it. But that's okay. We can just drag back the icon. Okay, I want to reset the transform. So let's reset the transform. Settings, yes. So back to W. Alright, cool. And as I reset everything, everything gone back to the original right here. So that's good. When you use the select node, obviously you can move something around. You could adjust the, let's click this, you can adjust the scaling. And you could also rotate, so hold on control on the keyboard and rotate like this. So I'm gonna just rotate. It's rotation, scaling is okay. Okay, cool. That's very good. You could also adjust the offset positions. Right now, the offset position or the pivot is in the center right here. So you put the offset. Let's put this, remember this node here, my level is the pivot, right? So let's put the offset at, let's say, about 10. See, shift across here. Let's put at, let's say, about 100. So the pivot is now outside. So let's put at the Y at 200. You see, pivot quite, the pivot is here and the sprite column here. So that's how to change the pivot. This will be useful when you actually do other things in Godot. So also have this pan tool. You could press G. When you press that, you can just select this and move this around. This will be similar to, like, let's say, hold down middle click and moving around the mouse. You also have this ruler tool. You can measure square the angle, you can measure. I mean, this is useful. So I'm going to go back to the select tool here. The tool that you use will change depending on, let's say, whether you're in 2D, 3D, or script. So you see how this changed slightly. I mean, the fundamental principles remain the same, but you see here change when you change it 3D. All right, so since I showed you how to use these basic tools on top here, let me, so I can give you a challenge. Let's create a face. So if you want to create a face, I'll show you what I will do. So I have this selected here. I have this here. Make this smaller. I'll duplicate this. Drag one here, I1, I2, press Ctrl D to duplicate this, nose, press Ctrl D to duplicate this, just make this like, let's say, mount. Press Ctrl D to duplicate this, I'll rotate this, press rotate, put on Control, rotate this, bring this here, Control D, bring this here, Control, rotate this, bring this here. I mean, this is a simple face. I just wanted to show how to use these tools to create a, well, in this case, we create a shape, but this is how we could actually build the level by just moving your sprites around. So this is the sprite you'll be using, 2D sprite for your character, but there'll be tile sprites, what you'll be using to actually build out your level, and you'll be using a similar approach. So this is generally the face. The only thing I want to tell you before I wrap up is that you can select a sprite and hold on shift and then move, and it will scale uniformly like this. Then you can hold on alt and then you can move, and both sides will move at the same time. So both sides on the x-axis, or if you pull like this, both sides on the y-axis. Now, I want to mention, like, let's say if we don't hold shift or if we don't hold alt, I pull here, we'll just move on one side like this. That's generally it. So I just wanted to show how to manipulate the sprite in Godot. So I mean, I'll end this lecture here. Thank you.